Morning guys, I'm Blackie and welcome back to the channel. Okay, early this morning I did a resource walk. Now what is a resource walk? It's whenever we go out this time of the year in the fall or whatever and we go gathering up resources. And what I've been gathering up is bark shavings, stuff like that. This is from a birch tree down here. I've also picked up along the side of the road, because it's that time of year here in the south, raw cotton. Tear it up. Now cotton itself is a flash tinder, and so you got to tear it up real fine, but when you mix it in with other tinders, works really well. I just take a Ziploc bag and go along and do it. Also picked up a nice piece of fat lighter that I found down here, and I also took time to shave a little bit of fat lighter off of a big broken off stump we got down here to give myself some small chunks of it. Now, your fine tinder resources, I always try to make a video about this time of the year. Now's the time to get it, because it is fall, everything's cooled, all the plant tops have dried out, things have got dry now, we've had our first good cold snap. Now's time to get them, because just as soon as you get snow or you get the winter weather, it's going to just disintegrate and you're not going to have good dry tinders just laying around. Then you got a process to make tinder. So now's the time to get out there and look, because right now you look at the ground, it's covered with dry leaves. You can crumble them up and add in some of that. Don't do exclusively leaves, but now's the time to get the bark off of the drop limbs, off of yellow poplar, stuff like that, cedar shavings, stuff like that, the fat wood that's laying around, etc. Go ahead and gather it up and make up bags of it. Now what I do is I will take them, squeeze the air down and just leave them loose in there and put them on the hood in the sun and let them fully dry out for the rest of the day, especially with the barks. I'll let that, leave the bag open, just let it fully dry out. At the end of the day, I'll close it up, squeeze all the air out of it, and put it in a can. Now that allows me a resource that I can pull out of to stock my big tinder bundle that I'm carrying with me in my haversack. And therefore I have a ready source of dry tinder, because that's the hard thing to find after the winter storms have got here. It's cold, I mean it's bitter, and you've got to build a fire, and there is no fine tinder to be found. It's under snow, or it's under a blanket of frost, or something, or it's wet because it's been raining, and there just isn't anything left that's that dry tinder, see. And so you want to have some of that, a source of that, in your fire kit ready to go. Also, now's the time to go back through your match safes and things, update them, put new matches in. Matches don't go bad, but they do, especially when they're several years old, get to where they're not as effective. And this is a little set that I carry in the glove box of my Pathfinder. That way it's got a striker in there and it's got the matches, but I need to pull these matches out and put fresh matches in, because they've been in there for 2 years. And in the Alabama heat, I don't want them to in any way have decayed, so if I've got to have them, I want them to work. Another little resource I also put into my vehicle set is birthday candles. Don't laugh. Birthday candles are a source of tinder. They cost nothing at the dollar store, right? You can set that and light that, put 2 or 3 of them right there and light it, and have a ready source of several minutes, 5-10 minutes of burning, maybe even longer, from one of these little bitty paraffin candles, to act as a tinder source, a coal extender, if you will, to get my fires going. Somebody said, Blackie, that's cheating. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I'm trying to create fire. In the best of conditions, I'll practice ferro rod, stuff like that. In the worst conditions, I'm going to a lighter and some sort of source I know is ready to go, because if it's for real, I don't want to have to mess around. That's whenever those mini infernos and things like that come out, and I will utilize them in my fire making process, because when it's for real, pull out a Bic lighter and a real tinder and let's get going. You know, practice the other conditions when it's better resources, better time. It's not life and death and I've got a little bit of time and I can practice with it. And a friend of mine gave me a can, and so that's what I'm using right now for resources. So, to recap real quick, now's the time to go do your resource walks. Let's go pick up those flower tops, those weed tops that have dried out. Excuse me. Early morning, need my coffee. And get it all together and get it in a bag and process, because once we get the snows, once you get the high winds of winter and things like that, that's gone. It turns to dust and it's gone, and all you're left with is leaves or shaving bark or shaving down to make feather sticks and stuff like that. I'd rather carry a tinder source that I don't have to do that, if possible. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And there'll be more videos coming very soon. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.